Welcome to the Good Practice in Autism Education Massive Open Online Course, or MOOC. This MOOC has been especially developed for those working with autistic people within education, such as teachers, teaching assistants, therapists, parents, and of course autistic people, anyone involved in autism education. There are four main aims to the MOOC, which are labelled as 4 different weeks, but of course you can take the course as and when you like. The advantage of the weekly structure is that there are opportunities to engage with other learners throughout the online discussion groups. The first aim is to better understand what autism is. This is covered in week 1, in addition to understanding the role of additional learning difficulties. Learning difficulties are often called intellectual disability in many countries around the world, and this MOOC tends to use the term intellectual disability to mean the same thing as learning difficulties. Intellectual disability is important in the context of education, and whether autism is or is not associated with intellectual disability is an important consideration when thinking about good practice in autism education. The concept of inclusion is central to how and where autistic children are educated. Week 2 focuses upon the inclusion, education, and what that really means. Inclusion can have a wide range of definitions, but typically requires some level of adapting the environment to facilitate integration rather than just sitting in the same classroom. In week 2, the aim is to explore different types of educational provision, such as mainstream schooling, special schooling, and units attached to mainstream schools. The aim of week 3 is to define what good practice is within autism education. We go over the 15 principles of good practice that the Autism Education Trust have proposed to be central to good practice. We also cover the concept of evidence-based practice and how best we can use evidence to inform our decisions regarding good practice for autism education. We also outline some of the examples of good practice in autism education that are informed by evidence-based practice drawn from autism-specific units within mainstream schools across Europe. The final aim in week 4 is to further explore how all of us can share in good practice in autism education throughout Europe. The Amuse project is funded by Erasmus+ and is a free online resource where you can search for and then use good practices that have been uploaded by professionals and families from all over Europe working in autism-specific units within mainstream schools. There's also an opportunity for you to share your good practice so that others can benefit all over from Europe from your work. The Amuse project is a forum to enable us to benefit from European-wide database of good practice for autism education. I hope you enjoy the course.